Chris Allman and Barbara Mata are the owners. They're from Mason, New Hampshire. Shown by Diane Steele, the Smooth Collie.
This is the Westminster that you're watching. We're in the herding group, the fourth group tonight. Bob Wolf, Joe Tucker from Madison Square Garden. And tomorrow night we'll have two more winners. The German Shepherd dog.
Okay.
And here's the returning group winner from last year.
There's your granddaddy, Ruff. Champion Covy, Tucker Hill, I beg your pardon, Champion Covy, Tucker Hills, Manhattan. Owned by Shirley Braunstein and Jane A. Firestone.
On the decibel level, I think this is drawing the loudest roar of the night from the assembled folks here.
This dog is shown so expertly by Jim Moses. Everybody wants Jim to show their German Shepherd. He does such a good job.
The word old, the name of the Old English Sheepdog, is not really accurate.
Now Old English Sheepdog now.
Right. Now, you mentioned not being able to see a while ago. This one, there we are, Don. Don found the eyes, see? So this is Champion Barrel Roll, Come Fly With Me. Owned by Lieutenant Colonel and Mrs. William B. Garvey of Bethel, Connecticut.
Now you say, Joe, that this dog can see through...
They tell me he can.
This is Old English Sheepdog.
I have a feeling this dog is shown by Lieutenant Colonel Garvey himself, and I bet he was an aviator with a name like that.
Well, you were an aviator, so you're sort of a kindred spirit, right?
Kind of look for those words, Bob.
Flew Hawaiian Airlines?
For quite a while. I used to say for 100 years, but I'm going to quit saying that. It was only 30 years.
In between you're playing the tuba, I might say.
It was a lot of fun, Bob. Good job. Now we've gone to the pulley, the Pulley. How about this name? Wallbanger Kermit J. Bounce. Champion Wallbanger Kermit J. Bounce. The Wallbanger name is famous in this breed. Ann Boley, who is showing this dog, has done so much for this breed in this country. It's also owned by John and Mildred McNeil, Oxford, Ohio. And this dog is aptly named, I should say, because bounce is what he does. He bounces right up on the back of the sheep. All right, we have the Shetland Sheepdog, Champion Landboer Garden Party, owned by Mary A. Hayes of Newport News, Virginia, shown by John Woodring.
And the AKC followed suit 2 years later. The Sheltie today is a companion dog, friendly, gay, and popular. An ideal watchdog.
Nicknamed the Sheltie.
Shetland Sheepdog, number 2589.
Now, I've been told by some of the experts in the breed, the dog didn't really herd sheep when it was developed. It was developed to keep the chickens and the other animals out of the kitchen. And did a real good job of that.
And looking someday for its best in show at Westminster, the first.
And Welsh Corgi means simply dog. Cardigan Welsh.
Now we have gone to the Cardigan Welsh Corgi, Champion Ridoan Bro Sebastian, owned by the Ridoan Kennels, Julia Lindbergh and Lundquist. And it's shown by the expert Peter Green. And if I'm not mistaken, Peter Green was showing the very first Cardigan Welsh Corgi that ever went best in show in this country. At the Rubber City Kennel Club show in Akron, Ohio.
Has those rounded ears, a comparatively long tail.
Pembroke Welsh Corgi. This Corgi without a tail is from Pembrokeshire. It traces back to the 12th century.
And now we have the Pembroke Welsh Corgi. Champion J. Rose Willie Waddle. owned by Sally Stewart Bishop of Puyallup, Washington. Willie Waddle of Puyallup. Shown by John Wilcox.
This is Pembroke Welch Corgi number 2607.
And where else we saw the previous, the Cardigan with the tail, the Pembroke here, there's an absence of one.
Right, no tail on the Pembroke. There's some good specimens of this breed coming in from England these days. Now Don has started moving the dogs around individually. He's moved the collie. Now comes the smooth collie, the rough collie, and then the smooth collie. And here comes the applause. Here comes Manhattan. Jim Moses has a time keeping up with him, doesn't he? And there goes the Old English Sheepdog. And the filly. The Shetland Sheepdog. The Cardigan Welsh Corgi. And the Pembroke Welsh Corgi. Horse people favor the Pembroke Welsh Corgi quite often. They breed, show, and import some of the better ones.
This will really be something. There are 3 returning group winners. Last year's Best in Show is not returned, we told you again. So far, 2 of those 3 group winners have come back, and if the German Shepherd wins, we'll have all 3 back, and certainly you heard the crowd response. Of course, it's up to the judges' response that counts.
That's right, and Don has now pulled out the German Shepherd dog, and now he has moved the bearded collie up behind the German Shepherd dog. He's moving the Bouvier behind the bearded collie, and the Puley now is standing behind the Bouvier. The Briard is standing behind the Bouvier now, and then all right, those dogs he's going to move around. Led by the Shepherd, the bearded collie, the Bouvier, the Briard, the Puley, the Shetland Sheepdog, and the Pembroke Welsh Corgi. The tension mounting.
Very responsive crowd tonight. They're really up with each of these dogs as they move around. This meaningful look right now as the dogs are being looked at. What is exactly at this point is the judge looking for, Joe?
Well, Don, as you heard, he is strictly going by the standard, and he's placed number 1.
He did it again.
Shepherd, and we have another repeat. Number 2 goes to the bearded collie.
The German Shepherd has done it again and gets congratulations. So there was the outcome, and a word about this dog, if you will.
Well, this German Shepherd fits the standard like a glove. He is, every time he stops, look, he just stops perfectly. He's perfectly trained. He demonstrates that it's one of the most trainable breeds. I just talked to the former director of obedience in the AKC and the man who's now secretary, Mr. Derringer. and he said that this is the most. Number 2 is the Bearded Collie. Number 3, the Pembroke Welsh Corgi, and number 4, the Bouvier de Flandre.
And there he is.
And there he is.
So we've had 3 group winners going into this year's Westminster, and all 3 have come back to win tonight.
I'm not sure, but that's the first time for that.
Most unusual.
Very interesting. The only new dog is the Wire Fox Terrier.
Tomorrow evening, starting at 8 p.m.
Well, that means that we've had 4 winners tonight, and tomorrow there'll be 3 more winners, and of those 7, 1 will be best in show.
7:30 tomorrow.
Now, we're looking at that German Shepherd right now. We said that a German Shepherd, despite its great fame in the fight, despite the fact that it's been the second among winners in American dog show history, has not won best in show at Westminster. So that is something to be reckoned with tomorrow.
Bob, and the tension mounts because the breeders of this dog are in the audience tonight for the first time in I can't remember how long. And I had a note from them, but I don't know whether they said how long it had been, but they had to come to Westminster because they thought this would be Manhattan's last show. So, as I say, the tension mounts. What will happen tomorrow?
Very handsome dog.
Yes, beautiful dog.
Well, tomorrow night, now we're going to have 3 more groups coming up, and of course that should make for a lot more excitement on tomorrow. But first of all, we should take a look at tonight's winners as we recap what's taken place. Let's start with the herding group.
Okay, this is the winner of the herding group, champion Covy, Tucker Hills, Manhattan. German Shepherd dog.
And we'll take a look at the rest of the groups later, but first we'll take a look at how they placed in the herding group.
Second was the champion Halfpenny Moonshadow, a bearded collie. Third was champion Giroux Willie Waddle, a Pembroke Welsh Corgi. And fourth was champion Jarley's Honorable Kodiak, a Bouvier de Flandre.
So that's how they came right in this particular competition. And of course, we'll have more to talk about here at Westminster in just a moment. So stay right with us at Madison Square Garden. Seen a lot of professional handlers, but Marlene, you are not, is that right?
No, I am not a pro, no. I am an owner handler, and I've handled Higgins since he was just a baby. And he's done very, very well.
Potential to create a champion. Pro Plan. An intelligent.